Hi there and welcome to the wonderful world of chocolate at home. My name's Fiona and over the next few videos I'm going to show you how to make brilliant chocolate results from your comfort of your own kitchen. We've got a range of brilliant kits that will make life so easy for you. We're going to be making truffles, canapes, breakup bars and even a range of lollipops for the children. So do join me for the next few videos. If you want to see more about what we can offer you, then please do go online at www.chocolateathome.co.uk for more information. Today I'm going to show you how to make 21 beautiful, indulgent Belgian creamy chocolate truffles, and I've got the milk chocolate kit with chocolate at home. So here it is. You can see it's a really generous pack here. Looks lovely, fantastic for a gift for a foodie friend, or you can keep it in your own cupboard and you can surprise your friends if they come round to dinner. So what's in the box? Let's have a little look. So you turn it over and just on the edge here it tells you exactly what's included. The only thing you have to provide are the little bits of utensils, and it's things we all have in our own kitchens. So I've got a couple of baking tins, a couple of spoons, forks, spatula, a pair of scissors, plate, two little bowls and a jug. And now I'm going to have a look inside. So I'm taking the sleeve off. Let's have a look inside this fantastic box. Okay, so the first thing you're going to find is your leaflet. Now this is so important and it's got all the instructions you need as well as what I'm telling you today. It really is important that you follow the instructions and the guidelines contained within here, so that's really important. And then, as you can see, if I take this out of the box, everything is beautifully wrapped in this lovely paper here. Open it up. So the first thing I've got is this solid block here. Now this is our chocolate truffle centre and I'm going to show you what to do with that in a moment. We've got two lots of nuts. This is to finish it with. We've got the plain hazelnuts and we've also got the caramelised nuts as well. We'll mix those and I'll show you about those too. These little spheres are our chocolate truffles and that's what we're going to fill with the mixture that I've just shown you. And then finally, I've got a piping bag. Firstly, what we need to do is we need to make our truffle filling. You can see it's quite a big block here. Just take a pair of scissors and cut the top off. Now, as this comes out, I'm going to take a bowl. You can just break it off. You don't have to get it on your fingers, just break it in the pack and break it into the bowl. It is quite soft, so it's really easy to do. Break it into pieces and that's going to make it easier for melting purposes. Once it's in the bowl, I'm going to take it to the microwave and I'm going to give it 30 seconds. So let's have a look at this. I've given our truffle filling 30 seconds in the microwave and you can see some of it's quite runny and some of it is still a little bit solid. It's really important that you don't overheat this mixture. You just want it to be soft enough to actually pipe into our truffles. If it's still slightly solid, all you need to do is give it a 5-second blast back in the microwave, but I think we're probably about there. The first time you use your kit, obviously you can leave it as it is, but the beauty of these kits are that you can actually add things to them. So the next time you make a kit, you could perhaps use amaretto. That would make a wonderful, beautiful flavour to it. Spices work phenomenally well. Cinnamon, nutmeg, they would be great too. So get creative, have a look on the website for further ideas and let us know what you do. I'm ready now to start filling my truffle shells, so I'm going to move this to the side and talk to you about what we have here. We've got our 21 little spheres. They're kept in a little cellophane wrapper. Just open them up and carefully slide them out. Now, to make sure they arrive with you in perfect condition, they do have a top layer on of plastic which you can just recycle. At this stage, leave your truffle spheres actually in the bottom plastic because this will give you stability. But I'm going to keep them on a tray because what it means is that I can easily put them in the fridge to set. To pipe your truffles, I'm going to take a jug and I'm coming back to my piping bag. Now the piping bags, they're quite big as you can see, that's fine. The jug is going to provide stability for filling the piping bag. So I've folded down the top quarter portion and I'm opening up with my hand and I'm just placing that folded collar over the top of the jug. So that means it's nice and easy to put all of your truffle mixture into the piping bag. Now scrape it all out. We're very generous with our fillings, but use as much of this as you possibly can. There we are. And then unfold your piping bag and then start squeegeeing down that truffle mixture. You can see it's nice and soft now. We've softened it beautifully in the microwave. What we're looking for is no air bubbles. So if you can, make sure all the air bubbles have gone, otherwise it's going to make little pockets within our truffles. What I've done is I've twisted the piping bag up. So this provides some stability and I'm only going to take probably about 1/2 centimetre off the top of the piping bag. Now do it away from your truffles because nobody wants to find a little bit of piping bag in them. Piping the truffles couldn't be easier. So I have my piping bag and I've twisted the top up, as you can see, and the piping bag is nice and firm, so it'll make it much easier to pipe those truffles. Now when you touch it, it should just be slightly on the cool side. If your truffle mixture has got too warm in the microwave, it's going to be too runny, so you'll need to wait before you can use it. So just make sure it just feels slightly cool to the touch. Now, don't put your palms on the truffle mixture because you're going to melt it even more. Just lightly use your fingertips. I'm going to place the end of the piping bag right to the bottom of the truffle and I'm going to squeeze, and the truffle mixture is going to actually go all the way to the edge and come right up to the top. I don't want any air pockets in here. I want the whole thing to be completely filled. Just squeezing, squeezing, squeezing. And the mixture's coming up to the top. It's completely filling up that little void. And now all I'm going to do is make sure it comes right up to the top. Give it a little shake and then move on to the next one. I've just twisted up the piping bag again so that again I've got the pressure on the piping bag, and then I'm going to just squeeze gently. To start with, it might feel a little bit tricky, but once you've done 2 or 3 of these, you'll find that it's actually really therapeutic and simple to do. Just want little domes so that our truffles look like complete spheres when they're finished. And you can see we're just speeding up really nicely now. So onto my last row, just squeezing as we go. It's really important that we keep our nice dome and that we fill them all the way up to the top. If you do feel that piping bag go a little bit floppy, just give it that little extra twist and keep that pressure, and you'll find it so much easier to keep piping. Almost there. And you can see the further along you go, the more proficient you get and the speedier it gets too. And the last one. There. Okay, now I'm just going to give it a little bit of tap just to settle these down a little bit. And these are now going to go into the fridge to set. Our chocolate truffles have now been in the fridge for 25 minutes. You need to give them about 30 minutes to set. So before they're just about ready, I'm going to show you how to melt your chocolate. I've got a clean bowl, plastic bowl, and I've got the chocolate buttons that we showed you in the kit to start with. Take the top off and pop this into the bowl. I've said it a number of times, but I just say to you again, do refer to your manual on microwave setting times and how long you need to melt your chocolate. I'm going to pop mine in now, so let's start melting it. So our chocolate's ready and I'm going to take it out after its first melt. There we go. Let's have a little look and see how it looks. So you can see that actually some of it has melted and some of it hasn't. That's perfectly normal. So what I'm going to do is take a spatula and I'm going to start stirring it. Now you need to stir this for a whole minute. Now it's at this stage that people are tempted to pop it back in the microwave and heat it up further, but you mustn't, please don't. Do refer back to your guidelines in your leaflet. What you need to do is keep stirring it, and what you'll find is the melted chocolate, which has some heat in it, will start to melt the unmelted chocolate, and we'll see that it will start getting very, very sticky and claggy. And our next melt will just get rid of those last little lumps. Please don't overheat your chocolate. So I've been stirring my chocolate for a full minute and it's going to go in now for its final ping in the microwave. Let's pop that in. So I think our chocolate is just about up to time on its second melt, so there it is. Let's go and have a look. Okay, now that's completely different. As you can see, that's now completely melted, but it's still not massively warm. I can see there's a few lumps still in here, and I'm just going to keep stirring and melt out those lumps. Now you need to stir this for 2 to 3 minutes, 3 minutes for good measure. Just keep going. Don't be tempted to not stir it because you're not going to achieve good results with your chocolate. This is an integral part of the chocolate home kits. So stir it for 2 to 3 minutes, it's not very long, and then your chocolate is ready to use. So our 3 minutes is up, and as you can see, the chocolate is looking lovely and glossy. It's thickened slightly, it's cooled, and we're now ready to use it. My chocolate's now ready for dipping. So before I start, I'm going to mix my nuts. Take the top off the pack again. These are the caramelized nuts. And we're going to just mix them together on this little plate. You just need a fork just to make sure that they're just amalgamated nicely. There we are. Once that's ready, it's time to organise yourself and it's time for dipping. This is my favourite bit. So all you need is a fork. That's the only thing you're going to need. Best to organise yourself. So the tray that the truffles were on in the fridge, I'm going to actually put my dipped truffles onto. I'm going to put my truffles over here. Now you can see I've got quite a big bowl, so don't worry if you've not got any small bowls in your own home. What I'm going to do is take this tea towel, angle my bowl so I can easily dip the truffles. Okay, so I'm just going to use it like that, like so. Take one of the truffles, it's nice and cool, dip it in, cover it up. You don't have to fiddle around too much, it just literally has to be dipped, and then give it a little tap, scrape it off and pop it into the nuts. Using the spoon, cover up your truffle and then just transfer it to our tray. There we are, there's your first truffle. And same again really, make sure your fork doesn't get nuts on it so that we don't get all the nuts into the chocolate. Just cover up the truffle. Give it a tap so that we've got a uniform chocolate shell all over it. Scrape off the excess, pop it onto the nuts, cover it up with the nuts, and then carry on like so. It's very therapeutic. It's nice to pour yourself a glass of wine. Every now and then, if you do get your fork dirty, just give it a little wipe and then move on. Yes, pour yourself a glass of wine, put your favourite music on and just enjoy the experience of making chocolates. Almost done. I'm on my last 3 truffles now. You can see there's plenty of chocolate and nuts to get these covered with, and we're very nearly there. Now when you've finished dipping your truffles, what you need to do is pop these back in the fridge for about 15 minutes. But don't forget them in there. Remember that chocolate absorbs lots of different scents and flavours. So as soon as these are set, you need to get them out. And I'm going to show you the finished result in just a few moments. Last one. And there we go. There is a little bit of chocolate left in the bowl. I'm afraid you're just going to have to lick the bowl. And there we go. There's our 21 beautiful milk chocolate Belgian chocolate truffles. And I think you'll agree they look absolutely stunning. They're perfect for dinner parties, after dinner, to share with friends, or just to enjoy yourself. I hope you have lots of fun. Did I say 21? 20 now. Just a quick word to the wise on storage. Once you've made your chocolate, if you have got any left, you can keep them in the fridge perfectly well, or you can store them at room temperature, that's fine. All you need to do is make sure that they're in an airtight container, particularly if they're in the fridge. Chocolate is notorious for taking the different flavours that you might have there, so onions and garlic, and you certainly don't want that. Also, just ensure that no moisture can get in, and these will last as long as you can resist. At Chocolate at Home, we've got a great range of chocolate making kits for all ages and all skill sets, and these range from the lovely single origin dark truffle kits to the beautiful canapes that will adorn any dining table, right through to the breakup bars, which are great fun, and then through to the children's range of lollipops as well. Don't worry, if you've got those reusable molds, you can go online as well, and you can order refill kits too, which I think is a great idea, a fantastic value, and it means you can reuse those molds. Personally, I'm really looking forward to the white chocolate, raspberry and biscuit one that we have here. So don't forget to go online and order lots more kits, refills at www.chocolatehome.co.uk, and you can order them for you, your friends and your loved ones. Have fun. I've been really good, and I've managed not to eat all of the chocolates that I've made with my Chocolate at Home kits, but I think you'll agree they look absolutely sensational and really professional too. We're always really keen to see what you've managed to produce in your own kitchen using our kits, so don't forget to go online and use our social media sites and show us what you've made. Get creative.